Alright guys, welcome here to Madiyama. Travis and I just landed here. Yes, they just wiped mud on my face because they're excited that some of their missionaries that spent 14 years out here just came back for a visit. Andrew just landed just a minute ago. We're gonna unload this stuff here, and then Travis and I are gonna be heading over just the hills for like a 5-minute flight to a place called Yembi, picking up some sick people there and then on to Wewak. Anyway, yes, this mud is very uncomfortable. So Travis is gonna get us unloaded right now. We had all the passengers, Andrew has all the cargo. Once we're done, we're out of here and on like a 5-minute flight. All right, well, Travis and I and Andrew actually walked down the airstrip. This is the first landing. Actually, we did the very first landing since they've redone the whole runway. Had a couple of soft spots along the way. I don't think anything too critical. It is gravel and all, but we're gonna jump in, head out on this 5-minute flight to another place to get some sick guys. Let's go. All right, well, Travis is getting going. I'll let you guys know what we're doing here. This strip is 630 meters long, and they just put this gravel down over the past year or so. We're the first people that landed on it. Anyway, it says we have a couple of soft spots along the way to avoid. That's why we walked it, just to kind of see where those soft spots were. They weren't that bad, to be honest, but it's good to know kind of what areas are softer than others. So, ready? Look out! Once we get our landing over there and Yembi will wipe all this mud off. I didn't want to wipe it off in front of these guys here, but I also don't want it falling off in the airplane because I got it in my arms and my legs and everything. So, and then once it dries, it's just a clay and it just goes everywhere. But today, this was Travis's second bush landing here in Papua New Guinea, and this will be his third one at a third location. So, why don't you go ahead and taxi? I'm going to go ahead and do our calls just because we're kind of getting behind because we have extra things to do today along the day. So, I'll go ahead and make our calls today. Moresby 65908, November Tango Zulu taxi. November Tango Zulu taxi, Madiyama, Yembi, 2 POB. All stations Madiyama 126.7, Kodiak November Tango Zulu be taxiing Madiyama, Yembi, via incline below 5,000. All stations Madiyama. And I'd say just go close to the edge of the gravel and then do a turn, not where you're like necessarily pivoting on it so it's not tearing it up, but okay. I have no idea. It used to be this is the softest area right here, so alright, don't go any further. Alright, there we go. And we'll position just a tiny bit on the left side for takeoff. That's good right there. Just so that basically this wheel is kind of like going almost down the center line that we wanted, at least for the first like maybe like 1, 2, 3 cones, and then after that I think it was didn't really seem to be. So okay. So 35 knots by the third cone out there, or we're empty today, so I bet you the second cone that we can see right there, I bet we'd be 35 at that point. Okay, so 35 by the second cone, or we'll abort. We're just going to go into beta, into beta, and then flaps max braking. Rotate at 55 on climb. If we have an engine failure, we're going to pitch for 85. Consider EPL, consider feather, cut off, pull off, shut off, push the red button. Again, I'll have you do radios once flap 35, be 80 knots. And since we're going out over the water, what is it? Just try to get to the opposite shoreline? If we're high enough, or just go to the land, whichever way. We can turn left or right and go to the land probably quicker. Okay. And we probably can the other way. Okay. Okay, so we'll climb straight out and then make that right turn on track up to 3,000. And that's all I got. Okay. Alright guys, there you go. You can see where we are. And I'm going to zoom in. And I might just mute myself every now. If I hit this button, can you hear me? No. Okay, so if I'm going to talk to myself for the viewers, I'm just going to hit that. That way I'm not talking, disrupting you at all. Okay, and you got the SAR? I've got it, so we're good to go. Okay, and 32 at sea level, 1540 for 1590 on the roll. We'll just start rolling as we go.
Power is set. 35, continuing. 55, rotate.
I always think this would be like the perfect wakeboarding lake because it's always perfectly flat. I don't think it's very deep, and I know there's crocodiles in there, so I don't know how well it'd be good for that though.
Well, there's always that.
Morse Day 1267, November Tango Zulu departure. November Tango Zulu departed Madiyama at time 48. We'll be tracking 323 on climb below 3,000, estimating Yembi 53. November Tango Zulu. And we could just probably level off at 2,000. Okay. Because there are some clouds up there, so that way we can just level off and then we can start talking about the strip chart without having to think about anything else. Okay. So because we're below 5,000 feet, we're going to now be adjusting for our fuel flow. So we'll do 320 on the fuel flow. So we're coming in from this direction somewhere underneath this area over here, okay? So what we're going to do is just position ourselves maybe over here so that we can fly and do a nice right or left-hand turn so that we can look out your window for a really long time. We're going to be already slowed down 10 degrees of flaps, prop forward way out here before the hill, and slowing down in that turn so that we enter into our downwind on our speed since we've got lots of time. We got a hill right here and we're going to turn before it. It's pretty close, like almost on top of it, almost, but not quite. And we go out 1 mile. So at 0.9 miles, we'll start initiating our turn to join into our downwind. And we typically will land runway 25. There's usually not wind out here to worry about. Looks like we can land 07, but there's some higher trees at the end of it, where 25 just kind of goes out right over the river and there's nothing really there to worry about. So we'll land over that way and then take off the opposite way. It's 700 meters long. Any questions?
Nope.
All right. All stations, Yembi 1267, November Tango Zulu, in the circuit, Yembi. So at this point, let's just get our prop forward, 10 degrees of flaps in, and start slowing down. I didn't realize it was like 8 miles, so close. Does it have a windsock kind of in the halfway down point on the right side of the runway?
Yep. So it looks like it's been burned.
Yeah, they cut the grass and then they burn all the clippings.
Okay.
So they usually wait till it's too high to cut, and then they have big, huge piles of grass.
So 63, 73, 83, 93. So 93 is...
63, 73, 83. 83 on that one. There you go. Up here, it looks like we might have maybe a little bit of a tailwind coming in, quartering, but not enough to care about.
Okay, so we go out 1 mile?
That's right. Yeah, I'd say about here's about a mile. We are abeam, so then we can start heading on down for our first bit. Looking for this hill up here. Okay, we're going to be on this side of it for our base.
November Tango Zulu, Mosby.
November Tango Zulu in the circuit, Yembi, cancel SAR.
November Tango Zulu, Yembi, SAR terminated.
November Tango Zulu.
Okay, so we fly over the river.
I'm not 100% sure if we fly over or not.
500.
It will pop up really quick. You can almost start seeing the end of it now, so just get ready to get your full flaps in.
Okay.
At 600 feet. There you go, now you can see it. I go full flaps and start turning now.
Wait, we don't turn the SAR?
Yeah, I got SAR,
so
we're good. Yep, there we go. And aim for 60 meters in or so. There's like a black line kind of starting to go across. That's probably about where I would kind of aim for. Looks really good.
A little fast on the speed, a little bit high now. Oop, now it's thinking. We've got a 1 knot crosswind, no tail.
All right, runway's clear. We're continuing. Very nice. We're going to stop right in front of all these guys here.
Okay.
Go past it, and we'll just park actually kind of on the runway, facing this way rather than going in here, because nobody comes out here but us. So we're going to go down to that end when we take off. This is good right here. Perfect. Nice job. That was a nice stable approach, 600 feet all the way down, so I thought that was really great. All right, guys, we're going to pick up, like I said, I think 4 sick people, 3 watch papas, which are people that go with the sick people, if it all fits. I know it's going to be right on the limit, and then we have to text Andrew whether or not we can do it. If he can't, he's going to fly over here and pick up Travis, take him back to Goroka, and then I'll finish the day. But I'll do a time lapse back to Goroka. Thanks for joining on this short little flight, and see you guys next time.